There's always something special about heading to this track, and that's where we are for the ultimate round of the creative racing season in 2022. It's the 6th qualifying round of the season and we have only 2 more races left if we don't count today. The weather started to get cold more and more every day. It's gonna be tricky out there, especially when the races are on the morning with the first lights of the sun. For today's qualifying round we will have only 8 drivers, as in always. We have missing drivers, which they are Ubeyd and Ercüment. The 2 drivers that most of the time they cause collision while the race. It seems that we are gonna have a clean and interesting moments for today's qualifying. Furkan and Cihad are back on race while they didn't race for the 5th round, and today they need to perform maximum on qualifying to get a high grid position that will give a positive energy for the race. They've missed already so much points. That bad for Hamza. 51.8 is a great time actually for him. He should take corners much carefully and slowly. His biggest problem is that he can't control the speed and turns. And let's see what Ridwan with car number 10 is going to do. As you remember, Ridwan had a massive accident on first race. He pushed Ubeyd by purpose on tires and that cost him a 5th place penalty while he was running 3rd on track, and that cost him us so much with the points. If he had that extra 6 points, he could be closer, maybe he could be past Umeys with points, but anyway he has to push till end. By the way, Ridwan crosses the line, goes fastest overall with 48.9 nearly, and we see Adnan is already making his flying lap. Adnan seems very fresh today. He has been very calm with all fights he had, and he knows how to deal with his opponents. He is trying really hard to take the race line correctly, and he is doing. As you see, he's fastest again with 47.3. That is 1.5 seconds faster than Ridwan. Cihad is making his flying lap. He must score some points on this race. On the 5th round he didn't race and lost points. And let's see where he is gonna put himself. It seems Cihad has improved his driving style. He is sticking up on a racing line correctly, and that is what we want to see. By taking the last corner, Cihad moves to 3rd place on board with 49.6 seconds. Another missing driver from the 5th race is Furkan and he has 11 points on the scoreboard, and he really needs to get some good points for the championship. .49.5 for Furkan Abdullah, just 10ths of a second faster than Cihad, very close timings. Currently 3rd on the grid, and let's see what Faruk is going to do. He got the potential of placing himself on front row, but everything can happen. Faruk is also one of the quickest drivers on the grid. He has lost many points from his bad karting, but today he seems very quick on the track, and he needs to be quick on the race too. Faruk now crosses the line with 48.5, 2nd quickest, very nice lap by him. Enes now is starting his flying lap with car number 5. He got a podium on 4th race. It was very pleasurable moment for him. .49.9, almost 50. Enes today haven't got the pace. It's a bad timing for him comparing the other qualifying rounds. He must concentrate so well for the race to get past every possible driver. And with the last driver on track, we are with Ubeyd Suleiman. He has to give it everything to get the pole for today. Every point counts. Ubeyd is 3 points back from Adnan, and he really needs that pole. From the last corner, Ubeyd is making his way to cross the line, and he is not improving. He puts himself on 4th position with 49.1, but he's good. Doesn't need to worry about the place he got. He can make it, and of course he will give his best. For the 6th qualifying rounds, Adnan is getting again the pole position for the 3rd time on this season. What a performance. Faruk is back on front line again, will start 2nd on the grid, just behind him Ridwan is 3rd on the grid. With the bad day, Ubeyd is going to start 4th. Furkan is 5th, with alongside him Cihad 6th. Enes with his bad lap will start 7th, and Hamza Suleiman is last on the grid. Ubeyd and Ercüment will be not racing for the 6th round of the season.